Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first Hardcore Heroes application. We are here with Teripper. Did I get that right?
Yes. Yes, you
Yes.
did, sir.
And he is our first audition to be on Hardcore Heroes. If you are not familiar with what Hardcore Heroes is, it is the new D&D show I am putting together where we are taking people from the general public, throwing them through an application phase, which is already closed, and an audition phase, and we're going to take the four most suited candidates and throw them together in a second edition game that is going to be extraordinarily brutal. Thus the name Hardcore Heroes. If somebody dies, they're dead. Game's over for them. They leave the show forever. Not to mention, you die at 0 HP. None of this -10, I'm down and unconscious stuff. 0 HP unless you're like bludgeoned unconscious, like punched unconscious is fine, but
For real.
wounded unconscious is dead.
Mhm.
And we're not going to pull any punches.
Mhm.
So that's the premise of the show, and here we are with our first insane person to join us here. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Um, well, I have been role playing for 10 years, about probably ever since I had someone to DM me, and been playing Roll20 games for like 4 years. I have a YouTube channel for video game stuff under the name Teripper, and I've been watching you, Neil, for just I think 4 or 5 months now, and I started with Dicing with Death, and I absolutely love that series to death. And yeah, it's me.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, this is a timed audition. We have an hour and a half from whenever we say go to make a character and then play with that character. It is up to you how you wish to spend your time. You could do an hour on character creation. You could do half an hour on
Mhm.
character creation. You have as much flexibility as you would like with that,
Mhm.
and we'll just see how this goes.
Awesome.
So 3d6 straight down the
Let's
line. Make it
awesome. Do
happen.
you want me to give? Do you should I should use the sheet from Real Goblins? I take it.
Yeah, you
From
can use whatever sheet you feel comfortable with. I think that's just easy to use, although it does still have the perception score. I will make a better sheet that is
Mhm.
straight 2e. So use what you're comfortable with for now. Um,
Okay. Could you give me a sheet and Roll20? That's what I normally use.
yes. Do, do, do,
Just
do, do, do.
used to that.
No, that's. Here we go. Add a character. Spell that right. Only one R, but two
Yes, two P.
P's.
Mhm.
That's where the double letter goes. Fantastic. Okay,
Fabulous.
you should have one right now.
That I do, and I
Uh,
can edit it. Awesome.
mhm.
Yes. Let us roll.
Let's see some
So
three d sixes.
are we just gonna take what I get, or
Yeah,
many mulligans?
you're gonna do 3d6. Um, you can take it down the line. You can assign it.
Mhm.
You can switch it up and assign it, but do 3d6 and
Yep. Yep.
we'll
I'll
see.
just put it down the line. Yeah. All right. Strength. That's a number. Dex. That's a slightly bigger number. Con. Int.
Whew.
Okay. There it is. And charisma.
Oh my
What?
god!
This is literally the best character I've ever rolled.
This is fantastic.
Okay. I actually, this is going to be hard to make a character out of because normally my characters have a really bad stat that I can work off of.
Yeah.
Um,
Three good
well,
stats.
yeah,
That's Dex, Int, and Charisma?
yeah. Could I be a bard with this? Let me see. 10, 16, 9, 15. Apparently I can be a bard with this. I think I may be a bard.
All right.
I've never been a bard. I've never rolled that good charisma. Alrighty. So we're gonna be a bard, and we're gonna be a human or a half elf. What's like? I know this is completely basically a one-off character, but like, what kind of world would he be in?
Oh, pretty standard stuff that I run with. If you whatever you'd
Mhm.
see in Dyson with Death
Oh,
or anything.
okay, yeah. So, potentially like Holy City Ember, or just some industrial um, hub, something like that. Um, okay, all right. So, yeah, I think you'll be a half elf. Humans are no fun. Half elf bard. Uh, what is a bard has rogue health, so that's like
Yeah.
all right. And oh yeah, I should probably roll perception also. 12. Okay. Somehow I roll my best character ever, and
When
it's
it's a
not actually going to get.
throwaway. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a throwaway. Why? Damn my luck. Oh well.
Well, maybe your DM will be kind enough to let you recycle some of those numbers,
I can only hope.
but probably
No,
not.
yeah, got it. He's hardcore. So
Good, good.
um. Okay. So, I mean, how do you like ordering character creation generally?
Well, however you like. That's kind of. I want to see how you do things and what
I do
your
things.
natural process is. And there's really no right or wrong way to do anything. So let's just
Mm-hmm.
do your normal thing. Go about how you whatever you'd like to do it. I'm just going to kind of sit back and watch, take some notes, and just kind of see what
Sweet.
sort of character you end up with and how it is that you develop your character.
Awesome. So I believe we were using the secondary skills system and not the non-weapon proficiencies.
Correct.
Okay. Would you? Should I roll on that, or would you let me pick one?
What do the rules say about it?
I don't quite mind. Um, your character has a chance at secondary skill. Either choose one from table 36, or take a chance and roll randomly. Okay, so either choose or take a chance and roll. That's what the book says. I would have a feeling if I'm a bard, I would probably know how to play an instrument. So perhaps that. I don't think musician is on the list, though. Oh well. So, as a is like being able to play an instrument like a basic thing for a bard? I don't know. I've never actually played or GM'd a bard.
Take a look.
That I shall. Priest. Okay, I'm not a priest. All right. Okay. Okay. Influence reactions.
Got lots of time.
Cool. Okay. I don't know that they have just an innate ability to play instruments. So
Really? I thought.
they have some like they have the ability to use their artistic ability. It's the music, poetry, and stories of the bard. Let's see.
All bards are proficient singers, chanters, or vocalists and can play a musical instrument of the player's choice, preferably one that is portable.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Must have missed that. All right. Awesome. So I don't even need to worry about the secondary skills for that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. I might as well roll secondary skills as well. I think that could add some depth. Dude, 62. We're going to be interesting. Trader or barterer. Okay. It's an interesting starting point. Actually, I might just pick one. Gambler, knowledge of gambling, groom. I'm thinking since he's really intelligent, he might be like, he's actually really intelligent.
He's super smart.
Yeah. He might be like a storyteller that tries to teach morals in all of his songs and such. I think that's interesting. And maybe he gives lessons in his off time, that sort of thing.
Sounds pretty cool.
Nope. So he has the basic ability of singing and playing an instrument. Okay, let's. What should I do next? I believe it said we weren't using the basic weapon proficiency system.
Yeah, you can just use the weapons that it says for your class.
Okay, awesome. Let me not. All right, so this would be just rogue weapons. Our morals a wisdom thing. That is actually a good point. My wisdom is kind of crappy. I think it's more like teaching the knowledge itself rather than practicing it necessarily. So my guy may not be the wisest. Like he's probably pretty young, even for a half elf. But he's got the spirit of adventure and he wants to help people.
Nice.
Help people with knowledge. Okay. Okay. Club, dagger, dart, hand, crossbow, knife, lasso, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you probably wouldn't wear a hell of a lot of armor or anything. Oh, they can use normal swords and stuff. That's cool. Yeah. I'm gonna roll money so I can see what I can actually afford.
Good call.
Yeah, because if I can even afford weapons, I'm gonna need to buy some kind of instrument. All right, 2d6. $80. Okay, I'll probably barely be able to afford an instrument.
2d6 times 10.
That's rogue, right?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds about right.
So I always had this problem with musical instruments because I have DM people with them. It says 5 to 100 gold. So, like, where would something like a lute or a viola be around? Do you think?
That is a good question. I think I would usually say a lute is around. It says 25 to 100.
I think it says. Let
does
me
it say?
find it. Musical instrument. It's 5 to 100.
5 to 100. Yeah. I usually put a lute around 25. I think maybe 20. I think like a grand piano or a piano of sorts would be 100 gold. Maybe a full grand would be like 150 or something. But a simple lute should be 20 gold ish for a good lute. Maybe if you bought a crappy second-hand lute that won't tune properly, you can get it for 10 or something.
Right. Okay. I would want only the best. In fact, my dex is pretty damn high. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I know 5 extra languages. That's amazing. I'm a great bard. Yeah, I think I'd want. So you're saying 25 for a lute?
Mm-hmm.
kind of the quintessential bard instrument. Could I get like a really ornate lute for a bit more than that?
Yeah. How ornate are we talking?
Um, Probably like not necessarily like gold trimmed or anything like that, but I think maybe like an elven lute. Just something with a specific sound, that sort of thing. It's unique.
Okay. Add 30% to the price.
All right, so 25, 33 gold.
Sure.
Let's go with that. Sweet. All right, yeah, so elven lute. Awesome. Yeah, I'd like to think I may have been brought up for a couple years in an elvish. Would half elves have been brought up in elvish settlements, or could they have been?
They could have been. That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a thing that can happen. Probably happens a little bit less than being brought up in a human settlement because of their significantly shortened lifespan and they don't mature. I mean, they mature much, much faster than other elves, so they wouldn't
Right.
have anyone their own age to hang out with and play with. It'd be a little bit
Mm-hmm.
awkward, but it can happen.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have an idea of sort of my dude's background. I think he would have been raised through his childhood, elvish childhood, so something like 20 years or so in the settlement. But then he got to the point where he was being shunned by the people of his age because he was, a half elf and their kind aren't welcome here, that sort of thing. And so his parents, still loving him, bought him this awesome lute and told him, set out into the world and make your own way. And he just went with that. -1. All right, I got my loot. And that. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to get just some basic swords and stuff. Yeah. Buy a short sword. That seems reasonable.
Oh, the character sheet auto updates so I can see changes as you make them. That's lovely.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes. I do so love Roll20. Tis a boon.
It's definitely coming along. I was playing with these character sheets a little bit earlier today and noticing some problems still. Like if you roll an attack with a weapon, it still asks for your hit
Strength
bonus and your missile bonus and your hit damage
Yeah.
every time you roll, which drives me crazy.
There's room for improvement, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the way they do the gear just drives me nuts on these sheets. I
Oh,
don't
one
like
at a
that.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's annoying. D6 and a D8.
It's come a long way. Hopefully, by this time next year, it'll be even better.
Almost definitely. 3. This is a size medium. Mm-hmm. And 3. Cool. Okay. I've got 37 gold. I think we're probably going to buy some studded leather. Yeah. Let me see what I can use. I can use padded leather, studded leather, or elven chain. We can definitely not afford elven chain. Yeah. So, just since might as well actually pick a specific secondary skill. Right. Um. Hmm. Hmm. No. Yeah, I guess I'll just pick something in here. Actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, yeah. So could I say just the ability to storytell could come as a part of me being a bard as a natural thing?
Sure, you could be yeah, that could be part of your personality is that you are a
Mhm.
storyteller and you come up with various stories. Oh,
Awesome. Okay. I was just wondering that. Yeah, and then I'll take the secondary skill of gambling because that is probably one vice I picked up in the human world quite quickly.
okay.
So I am a gambler and have a short sword. Um, okay. Oh yeah, I am an awesome bard. Wow. Uh, oh wow. Apparently, the bard can actually use any weapon and wear any armor up to it, and including chainmail. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Proficient singers, chanters, or vocalists. Um, okay, I should probably pick those languages. This is sort of just to get an idea. Like I jump around sometimes. Like I usually focus on the secondary skill for a moment, and then I go buy in a couple items, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense. Just kind of hopping from
mhm,
wherever your mind happens to be at the time.
just naturally as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe common. You get your native language free. Yes,
That still counts as one of your language slots.
it does. Okay, all right.
I
I'm sorry.
believe
Uh,
so.
I think under
No, maybe. I don't know.
ability scores, intelligence.
Beyond his native language, you are correct.
Oh, all right. So actually, I'll say my native language is Elven, but I picked up Common. So I've got 4 other languages.
See, this is what kills me though, because if you look at the table next to it, an intelligence of 1 has the number of languages 0 with a star, and it says, while unable to speak a language, the character can communicate with grunts and gestures, which implies that that's the total number of languages.
Right.
But in the text next to it, it says it lists the number of languages the character can speak beyond his native tongue. So the
That
book
irked
has
me too.
contradictions on the same page about the same stat. And I think that's
It's
why we always end up
yeah.
going back and forth on these things.
I I I just went with it. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't had any like what it's at. Is it at? Yeah, it's at 1 intelligence though. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean
I,
that's
I eh, who's gonna have that, right?
right, right. But still, it just goes to show you that there are many ways to interpret the rules in second
Oh yeah,
edition, and the interpretation of the rules is kind of some of the fun for me.
definitely. Yeah, I agree. I have played in the past 3.5, and I like began a game of 4E. I never played it, but I this is my favorite edition already,
Hmm.
just because it's malleable to an extent. Um, Okay, so Elven, Common. Um, what are the more common urban languages in towns and such?
Um, well, Common is the one
Hmm.
big language. Other than that, it's kind of regional.
Okay,
So go ahead and just pick whatever you feel makes
stuff.
sense for your character.
I think I would have made friends with halflings. Halflings have their own racial tongue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Um, halflings. Dwarves are pretty big storytellers, so I might get in with them a little bit. And
You are exceptionally intelligent.
yeah, um,
You probably pick up languages pretty quickly.
yeah, probably just like being in a culture, I would pick up their language. Um, is there any race that lives sort of around elves, but not necessarily with them? Uh, kind of drawing a blank. I thought there was something. I guess not. Gnomish. Gnomes are fun. Yeah, I might just have all the basic racial languages actually, and then Orcish. I can speak everyone's language. Halfling. Okay, yeah. I think I know every racial language actually. Wow, I'm a great bard. Alrighty, Elven, Common, Halfling, Dwarf, Gnome, and Orcish. Sweet. Those are my languages. And oh, I do. Okay. Bards have spells. They can't cast any at first level though. Darn. 50 climb walls. 10 pickpocket. Don't open locks and some detect noise. Cool. Okay. Okay. Base percentages. Oh, that's not my base. Is it? Oh, it is. All right. Race and dexterity. I'm playing with my rogue skills right now. Wondering. Right. Wait. Two. Bard. One. Okay. That's gonna be that. All right. My dex gives me some bonus to my rogue skills. Find that. That would be under thief, yeah. Okay. Half elves plus 10 pickpocket plus 5 hide in shadows. All right. And I don't believe I can hide in shadows, so that's moot. Oh. So, let me see. Yeah. All right. The tables under thief for racial skill, thieving skill adjustments and dex skill adjustments, those still apply to bards, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Mm-hmm. And ones are made. Okay, so I have 20 additional percentage points. Cool. Actually, I have 16 decks. So I have a +5 of unlocks. Oh, I don't have 16 decks. I have 16 intelligence. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably just wear that. Mm. 20 points. Mm. Okay. So, apparently, Bard is an optional character class. Are you that your DM allows?
Well, we're already here. Let's keep going.
We're already here. Yeah, I did not know it was optional.
I didn't realize it said. Oh, it does say
Yeah,
optional, huh?
yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
weird. Yeah,
Well,
I assume in the actual game, this is not going to be available because it's an optional thing.
I don't know. It's pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in any of those like gray sections with or is it gray or blue?
Yeah.
They've got all like the optional rules and that grayish blue, like weapon type versus armor modifiers and running
Mm-hmm.
options and fun stuff like that. So
Yeah,
bards will be standard.
I gotcha. Mm, 39. Um, base percentage must be adjusted. Okay. So this is probably obvious, but I guess bards can only use the 4 abilities that they have listed in the class: climb walls, detect noise, pickpockets, read languages.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then that's that. I'll just say that that's that and throw some points. Yeah, my guy is a big language nut. He might actually take some points and read languages. He really would not pick pockets. He's a good guy. Oh, yeah. I believe, his alignment is going to be neutral good. He just wants to educate people. Heck, I'll just throw everything in read languages. I'll throw some in read languages. Other in climb walls. That could come in handy. Okay. Yeah, I think I will buy him. Yeah, I'll buy him studded leather. Why not? $20 gold. Okay. Would a loot weigh like a pound, 2 pounds?
For
The elven loot. Actually, no, that'd be more.
not more than 2 pounds.
2 pounds? All right,
Yeah.
cool. Just want something to write down. And that'll give me that AC. 14. All right, and I am rolling for HP.
Okay, let's see it.
Yes. All right. D6. Not too squishy, but
Not too bad at all.
yeah. Indeed. Oh, handedness. That's a nice thing to roll. That's right-handed, I believe. Okay. Yeah, that's really all the stuff he'd have. He might have a spare dagger. Why not? Pays to be prepared. Dagger. Oh. Two. Cool. All right. What more? Ah, yes, clothing. That helps.
You don't have to buy individual items unless you would like to go through and purchase individual items. You can just write it off as I wear clothes, or you can go in depth and figure out exactly what you're wearing. Totally your call.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bard. He would have some serious flair, and he's got some gold for it. So,
all right.
Yeah, why not? I'll give him mostly basic stuff, but he'd probably have some nice things. I usually when I play 2e, I do pick out every article of clothing, but it's just me. We're gonna get some boots. I'm not gonna list off everything. I'll just buy some stuff. Actually, oh yeah. So a cap is 1 silver, but if I want like a cap with, a really awesome feather in it, with like a really exotic animal feather or something.
How exotic are we talking?
Are
we talking like a peacock feather or like a rock feather? I mean, that's a little bit big, clearly, but what level of exotic are we talking? Cockatrice feather?
I guess just like the most exotic looking color wise. It could be just a normal size feather, but I'm imagining something like almost rainbowy. Not an actual rainbow, but just multiple colors in one feather. Whatever animal would have something like that.
Is this something that you specifically sought out, or you were just going through a market and you're like, ooh, that's a cool feather, I want that? Or were you like, that I know what feather I want, but I have to have it shipped in from someone. So
I think it'd be the one. It would have been one of my first interactions with a settlement outside of my Elvish settlement. I was just walking through a bazaar and I saw this really awesome looking hat that I had to have because it looked just awesome. And I may have gotten ripped off in the process of buying it, but I just had to have it.
Then a full gold.
Let's do it. Awesome. So, cap with feather. Sweet. Cap with feather. He's definitely got a cloak. 20. Breeches. I was actually having this conversation last night, and actually I'd be interested in your input. So you know how the breeches are 2 gold?
Is it 2 gold for breeches?
Yeah, we were so weirded out by that.
Like, what?
Why are pants 2 gold? we've always wondered that.
No.
And there's no cheaper option for pants.
Come on. Breeches aren't
It's
2
really,
gold. That's ridiculous. I mean, I see that they are in the.
it doesn't make sense.
Did that was that supposed to say 2 silver?
I don't know.
Maybe there's like leather
Like really nice breeches, but they don't have any cheaper
breeches.
option. That's the weirdest part.
Well, hold on. So clothing has to be sewn by hand. And if you're making pants, that is a lot of stitching.
Hmm.
Is there something? Is there like are breeches defined in a specific way that I'm unaware of?
I don't know. I couldn't find. I don't think there are descriptions for the clothing articles.
Short trousers fastened just below the knee, now chiefly worn for riding a horse as part of ceremonial dress. Oh my, we've got a lot of breeches here.
Yeah. Chat's saying who needs pants. I agree. Of course, I am a bard, so.
Oh,
Very
they're the
public.
they're the pants that have like the big thingies on the sides.
Breeches?
Well, not all of okay, the women's breeches don't, but the men's breeches have those big like floppy things just about the knees.
Yeah.
Why the hell
That's
are
not what
those 2 gold?
I don't know.
Maybe if they're like riding pants, they're made out of leather or something,
Mm-hmm.
or
I mean, my clothing would be top notch, so I'm totally cool with paying that. It was just so weird to me. Every time we start new characters, we always have to argue, like, why are the pants 2 gold?
I don't know.
Just
I mean,
strange.
clothing has got to be a lot more expensive then than it is now because you don't
Yeah.
have like auto looms and stuff like that. Someone's got to do all this by hand, weave the fabric, then they've got to cut it and stitch it by hand. And if there's a mistake, you got to. I can understand everything being a little bit more
Yeah.
expensive.
Makes sense, I
2
suppose.
gold's a lot, though.
But yeah, 2 gold for pants.
Well,
It's just always
gloves
weird.
are 1 gold, and I can kind of see that making sense. Gloves would be difficult to sew.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Also, this may make more sense, but is it sensible that the sword scabbard is 4 gold?
that also seems like a lot and very vague. Like
Yeah.
short sword scabbard or 2-handed sword scabbard. Those are
Yeah.
wildly different. I'm going to say
Yeah.
your sword comes with a scabbard.
Scabbard. Okay.
Like,
Awesome. Thank you.
your standard crappy scabbard, like 2 pieces of wood kind of stitched together with a little bit of cloth
Yeah.
around it.
Actually, in that case, I would totally buy a nicer scabbard. Yeah. Yeah. Screw it. I don't know that I'd pay the 4 gold for it. Or would I pay 4 gold for it? I don't know. I mean, would like just a nice looking scabbard be 4 gold?
Probably not 4 gold, probably 2 gold for a decent scabbard.
Yeah, hell. This guy's
Like a nice scabbard would be 2 gold. 4 gold, I would say, is a pretty good scabbard, like a high quality scabbard.
This guy's not exactly living large, but yeah, I bought him a nice scabbard, so that's cool. Oh, damn it! Should have spent all my money on a silk jacket. That's all he would have owned.
And that's it.
That's it. 80
He's
gold. Yep.
He doesn't have any instruments. He doesn't have anything else. He's just got this silk jacket and like small clothes on underneath.
He'll
Walks
make
around
do.
singing his songs.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. If he had actually like an incredibly low intelligence and he had some mental disorder or something, he would just run around half insane wearing this silk jacket telling stories to people. You'll never believe me, but I was in this cave.
What type of armor did you end up with?
Studded leather.
Okay, double check that against your thief skills because I think that might modify them.
It will. Yes, I need to make that adjustment. Let me do that. Thing is, this like this guy's too nice to actually pickpocket people, so he wouldn't really care about the negative for that.
Yeah, but it might affect climb walls.
That is true. Oh yeah, it definitely. I think it gives a minus 30%.
Holy crap, 30?
To climb walls, yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wearing any kind of armor better than leather for a thief is just... It's horrible.
Yeah. You get wrecked.
Yep. If I was an actual thief, yeah, it actually completely messes up hide in shadows and that sort of thing, I believe.
Well, yeah, I can imagine if you got all these metal studs on your clothing, and you're trying to hide in the shadows, and they're reflecting.
Clink, 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 clinking together.
I'm not here. Look away.
You see nothing. All right, yeah, minus 30 to climb. Minus 30. I literally cannot pick pockets. Okay,
Fantastic.
that's fine. That's fine. He wouldn't do that anyway. He's a good boy. And he gets minus 30 for that. He's a sly guy. He's got a 25% chance of climbing walls. Only falls 3/4 of the time.
Doesn't have to wear his armor when he goes wall climbing, you know?
That's true.
I figure usually when thieves are intending on scaling some walls, they've got some preparation time. It's usually not I'm being chased and I have to climb this. I mean, certainly sometimes it is, but
Yeah.
I think most of the time it's more of, I want to sneak into that tower tonight. Time to take off my armor.
Yeah. It's planning phase. Absolutely. Especially the fact that you've got 6 or less health as your first level, so you really have to be careful with that. Pickpocket. Yeah, I cannot pickpockets. All right. Everything else is just... I don't take a minus for read languages. That's all he cares about. Obviously. How would armor impede that? All right. I think that's my thief skills. And let's see. Able to counter the effects of song. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Huh, that's awesome.
Do you have a name for your character?
That is a good plan. Yeah, this is actually how I usually do the name. I usually think of it like last.
Okay, well, no pressure. I was just curious. I didn't know if I had missed it or if it hadn't come up yet.
I think the he's almost done anyway, so I might as well just think of something. Oh yeah, I like that. He will be Aelin. With whatever elvish last name I feel like giving him. Aelin. Elvish last names are usually just weird. Aelin. Aelin Ornthalis. Cool. Awesome. Studded leather. Oh, yeah. Height, weight, age. That stuff's important. Would you prefer that I roll for that stuff?
For which?
Height, weight, age.
As you see fit. I'm a big fan of making your character the way that you want them to be. And if you don't care, you can roll it. If you want to pick it, if you want to play a very specific thing, knock yourself out. I think there's a time and a place for both. Yeah.
Glad to hear that. I usually pick them mostly if I don't have an exact image in mind. I just roll them. I think I'm gonna roll height and weight. I know what age I want generally. So yeah, half elves. Actually, I have a handy dandy thing to use. Cool. All right, half elves have. Oh wow, yeah, half elves are around the same as human age. Okay, cool. For starting level age. All right, yeah, I think he's going to be. Yeah, let's go with 20. Let's get a nice number. And do you usually roll for max age? It will not matter here, but I mean,
No,
just
and I would keep that roll secret anyway.
cool.
Were I to
Yeah,
roll for it.
makes sense. And height and weight. Let's roll for that. So half elf. Height 60 plus 2d6. Not a particularly tall elf. And that's 5'5", I believe. So
Did you end up picking a secondary skill? I don't remember.
yeah, gambler.
Gambler.
Yep, that was the human vice that I picked up after I left my elven society. All right, so weight is going to be 110 plus 3d12. Oh, wow, particularly pudgy elf. Actually, yeah, not exactly, but
137 pounds. What's your height?
5'5". So, not exactly thin, but
Yeah.
eh,
Not thin, not pudgy. Maybe
just kind of.
he's got a medium frame. Maybe half elves
Yeah.
tend to be a little bit smaller framed, and he's a
Mhm.
little bit more medium framed, kind of a little bit bigger than your typical half elf. But I wouldn't call him a fatty.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got a content, so he just looks sort of average, probably
Yeah.
physique.
Probably looks a little bit more human than most half elves.
Aelin Ornthalis. And I'll put his saves in. 14, 16. How are we doing on time? What do we have?
I think we got like half an hour left.
Believe
No,
so.
we got like 40 minutes because we started a little late.
Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's just about everything. Got my weapons, my armor, and yeah. Yep, I believe I have everything, sir.
Cool.
Oh, well, actually, no, yeah. I can't cast spells at first level, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I believe that's everything. Spells, dealing and communicating. A second level bard begins with 1 to 4 spells. Yeah, okay, second level bard. Yeah, so I only start to know spells at second level. Okay. All right, yeah. So that's irrelevant right now. Yeah,
Cool.
I believe I'm ready.
All right. Why don't you give me the quick and dirty backstory for this guy? Who is he?
All right, so Aelin Ornthalis is a half-elf bard from an elvish settlement. He was most likely born there by his mother, who copulated with a man in some human settlement. And he was raised in the elvish settlement in the ways of the elves and in all of their arts. And, he learned to sing and plays lute there and all of the stories of elvish culture. But at the age of 20, he became sort of disenchanted when he realized he was being shunned by his friends and peers. So he left. And with the bits of money his mother gave him, he bought a very nice lute as he was leaving his settlement and set off into the world. The very first human city he came upon, he was just completely taken aback by how diverse and incredible human culture was. And he made it his goal to learn anything and everything. And that's where he picked up all those languages. He just completely embedded himself in the culture of, well, everything. because I'm guessing, yeah, he probably went to some kind of free city where all the cultures intermingle, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a good year there, and over that time, at some point, he wandered into the bazaar for the first time and saw all these interesting products and things he'd never seen before. And he saw this amazing hat he just had to buy for a gold, and he did, and he wears it all the time. And probably just in the last couple of months, he's realized that his talents for song and story are worth something, and he most likely performs here and there in taverns and what have you for a silver. And obviously, he's probably had a run-in or two with muggers, but he can sort of handle himself. He has a short sword and a dagger and studded leather armor, which he actually rarely wears. He probably only wears it when he's like going out at night or something like that. If he's performing, he wouldn't wear it. And he probably, other than that, though, he's just got a very diverse group of friends that he sees every now and then, but probably no really good friends, probably just acquaintances. He's still trying to get embedded into the culture of the world. And I believe that's him.
Fantastic. All right, let me just make a few more notes here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Also, yeah, over that year, he got into gambling, the ultimate human vice. Probably after he performed at his first tavern, the people saw him get a pouch of silver, and they asked him to join their table, and he lost it all. But that didn't stop him from coming back again and again. So he's got a thing for gambling.
Okay, I'm gonna need to move some things here. Webcam's gonna get really janky for a moment.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, is that cool? That's working again. Excellent. I just need to reference this book. Okay. So Great. Fantastic. So let's hop into game.
Yes.
It may not work physically with the backstory description, but that doesn't matter for the purposes of this game.
Fine.
So we're going to start off with you in the bar called Shenanigans. You are in the town of Berkshire, hanging out. It is a rowdy early afternoon or early evening, late afternoon. People are doing all sorts of things, hanging out all over the place, making a ruckus, being the sort of people that you'd expect to find in a tavern that kind of caters to the rowdy warrior crowd. There's a small fire, or a large fire burning in the hearth, and some people hanging out and playing music. You kind of look on with anticipation because they've got a whole group of them to play. It's not just one person playing and singing. It's like 4 people. What do you do?
Well, I'd like to think I came here with the intent of playing, and I'm probably just looking on in awe. What would have been the etiquette with like asking taverns if I could play? Would I literally just go up and ask, "Hey, you want some live music tonight?" Something like that?
Yep, that's it.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, I'd ask. I'd saunter over to the bartender, just take a look over at the people playing, and say, "Quite the performance you've got going on tonight."
Aye, he nods as he polishes a glass.
Might not be much to ask, but would you care for any kind of follow-up performance, perhaps? I'm quite good with this right here. And I show my loot.
He looks
so and
at
so.
it, kind of tilts his head to the side and goes, "Well, if the band stops playing for a moment or needs a break, you're free to butt in. Don't cause any trouble, though, trying to kick him off stage."
Of course, of course. Wouldn't dare to.
Cool.
Yeah.
Goes back
I'll
to
just-
polishing his drink.
I'll take a seat. Just watch. Have a drink, probably.
Great. Another 10, 15, 20 minutes pass as you sip your drink. And eventually the band gets down saying something along the lines of, "We'll take a quick break. We'll meet outside for anyone that wants any autographs. And then we'll come back up on stage. See you guys in 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. Maybe 45 minutes if there's any groupies." And they depart the stage.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk on up like I belong there. Take a spot up there. And I'll just start sort of a very short introduction, like, "Hello, everyone. I am not the band that just played for you, but hopefully I can entertain you while they take their break. Well, that is all I hope for." And just start going at. I'll probably just play some basic, tavern song everybody knows, the best I can.
Okay. Let me make a few notes here.
See what the attitude of the tavern's like right now. See if they like me.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a loot check?
Loot check. Charisma.
Take a look at what the proficiency says in the player's handbook, if you have the book on hand.
I doth. So it would be musical instrument. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That is. Oh wow. Okay. Musical instrument is actually Dex at a -1. That's fine. My Dex is the same as my Charisma. So, Dex, then.
Yes.
Awesome. And just to make sure of this, you do the system where you add on the ability score to the D20, right?
Yeah. Do a D20
Awesome.
plus it, and you want a 21 or higher.
Good.
I think when we actually do well, it doesn't matter for right now. When we play the game for realsies, we're going to stick to the book. So you want to roll equal to or under, trying to roll as high as you can without exceeding.
Okay.
But for now, just roll plus.
Awesome. That's what I play with now. First roll.
All right. So
Okay.
you get up there, you start to pluck at it, and right away, not right away, maybe 2 minutes in, you're reaching the climax of the song. And you pluck a string, and it snaps and whips across your hand, cutting you slightly. But you're down one string. I don't know how many strings a lute has.
I think 4.
Okay, so you're down to 3 strings. What do you do?
I'm gonna keep going.
So you keep playing. All right, give me a charisma. Give me another musical instrument check, but this time at a 25% penalty. So at a -5.
A 25% penalty to my stat, or
just 25 percentage points because you're missing
Okay.
one. You're missing 25% of your instrument, so -5.
Let's go.
Boom.
Yes.
All right, so you've got this 3-stringed lute. There's a chuckle that goes through the crowd as it snaps, but you keep going, and you pull it off. And at the end of it, there's not a standing ovation, but everybody applauds, and a few people toss in some silver coins. You make like 10 silver off of it.
Sweet.
One of
I'll
the
take a
former
shallow bow.
Oh god, yeah. One of the former players pokes their head in, hearing all this, noise, and sees you taking your bows, and walks over to you, kind of indignant-like. You have a few moments before he arrives. Is there anything you'd like to say, do, prepare?
Yeah, actually, I think as he's walking towards me, I'll probably notice him, and I'd probably put my arm out to him and say, "I could not have possibly gotten the same reaction without such a warm-up as they had given me. Please, give them your applause as well."
There's scattered applause. Hold on.
Try to smooth this over.
We'll see if that smooths it over or if it just makes it that much worse, referring to them as your warm-up act.
Yeah, oh God, that's right.
Let's see what they say to that. What is your reaction adjust for charisma?
I have a 15 plus 3.
Okay. So player characters are friendly. And they roll. Okay, he approaches you a little bit more slowly than the initial quick pace that he gave. Kind of looks to the audience and gives a bit of a smile and wave. Isn't he lovely, folks? Give it up for the human.
Oh, fucking! Oh,
I mean, you know,
this guy.
you're a little bit
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
It's just a dark tavern.
Okay.
It could be
Yeah.
a genuine mistake, or maybe he's making a snub. Your call.
All right. I take it. Yeah.
Okay. He puts an arm around you and says, "Why don't you step outside with me, buddy?"
Yeah, I have a big smile on my face. I'm like, all right. Yeah, follow him.
Okay. He gets outside, and you notice the other band members are out there sitting on a wagon, kind of talking with one another. Some of them look kind of dejected. You can hear one of them mumbling something along like, "There were supposed to be groupies around here." This guy pulls you outside. He's tall for a human, fairly charismatic. He's got like a big grin across his face and goes, "So I hear you were playing in there during our break. What's the big deal?"
Oh, you know, the barkeep told me it would be fine. I was just testing my skill, I suppose. You see, I'm something of a player myself.
Yeah. Sounded like you got a pretty good applause in there. What were you playing?
Oh, you know, I tell him the name of the song, and I said, however, midway we had a slight, issue. And I, tug the broken string on my lute. But I made up for it.
He takes a look at it, gives a hearty chuckle, goes, I see. Well, if you don't have any strings on hand, I'd be happy to lend you one.
Oh, that would be marvelous, sir.
Yeah, great. The only problem is it's back at my house, so maybe we can go there and get it together. We got another 20 minutes while the band cools down. You know those two, they're getting into each other's trouble all the time. Here, walk with me. We'll take a little stroll in the evening air, if you don't mind.
No problem, of course. Yes, I got my performance in. I have no reason to distrust this guy, really. Yeah.
Cool. So he
I'll
walks
walk
with you and just chats about life as a musician. You know, talking about traveling from town to town, playing the gigs, living on the road, seeing all the cool things. And he asks you about your story. Like, well, I don't think I've seen you around here before. We frequent Shenanigans fairly often. It's our favorite bar in town. What's your story? Are you new here?
You could say that. I've been in town for, good couple months, and I've been getting in with the society, trying to play wherever I can. But yes, this has been the first time I've played it. Well, Shenanigans, as you folk call it.
He nods. What have you seen? Tell me some of the things you've seen on the road as you've traveled about.
Oh, not much traveling to speak of, but, I met this fantastic gnomish family on the other side of town, and they took me in for a beer, and I was very surprised. Usually you don't find gnomes drinking, but it was the most fantastic ale. They told me it was gnomish ale, but they were drunk, so they may have been lying. And there was this fantastic dwarf man I met in another bar. It must have been the Squealing Weasel, something along those lines. And he told me the most incredible story. You see, I'm a man of stories myself as well, as song and playing.
You don't say.
Yes, indeed. Why, I could relay the story right now.
So as you're talking,
Yeah.
give me a charisma check.
No problem. 26.
Okay. You notice that he's kind of like nodding along with the story that you're telling, but he's not really paying attention. He's got his eyes more or less fixed on this building up ahead.
Uh-huh.
that you guys are coming to. And he approaches it, goes up to open the doorknob, and goes, "Oh," cutting you off in the middle of your story. "Oh, it's locked. Ah, shit! I left my keys back at the wagon. Um, hey, do you have any way to get in here? I totally don't have my keys, and by the time we get back to the wagon, I'll have to go on stage, and I won't be able to get you your string. You don't happen to know a way to get through here somehow, do you?"
I mean, like I tried the door.
It's locked.
Locked. Yeah. I say, well, it's quite obviously locked. I mean, you say this is your home, but what would
Here, let's try the windows. You go that way, I'll go this way. Maybe I left a window open, or my brother left a window open, or something.
Okay, if you say it's all right. I mean, I'm not that bad at climbing. Yeah, I probably actually wouldn't be wearing my studded leather because I was just playing at a bar. Would this be like in the evening?
Yeah,
generally?
the sun is going down. It's like that dusk time where like one of those times where everything blurs together in the background because there's just enough light that your cones aren't kicking in, but not enough light for your rods to really be working. And I hope I got those.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I think I actually understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I also have a backpack that I carry my crap in, and I wouldn't be wearing my armor at the time. I'd have it in my pack.
Would you have your weapon with you?
I would have my dagger on my belt. I would have my short sword in my pack.
Okay.
There's no reason to have that.
Where would you have left those at the bar?
The stuff. Oh, I would have taken my backpack with me. I'm sorry. Yeah. Everything.
Would you have left it?
Would I have? Would I have a home in the city or just have a room at a tavern?
You'd probably have a room at a tavern. I don't think you've settled down yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would definitely have the armor in my room.
Mm-hmm.
However, would I even have a backpack? No. Yeah. I would just have. No. Yeah. I just have my dagger with me. Honestly. Yeah. Okay. And my pouch, my coin pouch. I'd have my backpack, all my other stuff in my room. This dude's just taking me to get a string.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I have my dagger, my clothing. That's about it. So yeah, I'll search around the house, find an open window.
Okay. You walk around the house. There's a couple of shutters. They jiggle, but they don't open all the way. You can feel like a breeze of air blowing through them, so you know that there's no glass on the other side, but the shutters are just locked or something. You meet up with him on the backside, and he puts his hands in the air, going, "They're all locked." Hey, there's a chimney on the upper floor. You said earlier you mentioned you're pretty good at climbing. Now I know this is a lot to ask, but you think you could make it down the chimney?
Perhaps. It's worth a try, definitely, and I do need that string if I'm to play the lute.
Great,
it's worth a try.
Great. Here, I'll give you a boost, and he gives you a boost up the wall. Give me
climb walls?
A climb walls check, but at like plus 30, because he's giving you a boost, and it's not that rough of a climb.
Let's try rolling from the sheet. And I got a plus 10, you said?
A plus 30.
Oh, okay, yeah. Awesome, yeah.
Cool.
Easy.
Great. You quickly slip up the wall, make it up the thatched roof to where there's a very large chimney is. The building's fairly tall at its apex. You presume there's got to be some sort of attic up top. And you got this big opening of a chimney. It's definitely wide enough for a person to slip down, but it looks pretty dirty and sooty in there. You get the impression if you go through this, your clothes are going to come out black.
Ah, crap. I like my clothes. Yeah, okay. I'll, do I have any? Yeah, my tunic's probably white. I will take my cloak off, my hat off. It's worth the string. Yeah, I'll take my cloak, my hat off. I can clean this stuff and just kind of like put it down on the roof. I can come get it later. And I'll try sliding down it.
Okay. Give me another climb walls check. Just a straight climb walls check.
All right. Yes. 11.
11. So I'm not sure how this rolls. What did you...
I'm going to stop rolling off the sheet. It's weird. The thing that actually rolled was the 11, but it was I was trying to beat a 55 and the 0 is the bonus to the 1d100.
You're trying to
So
beat a 55?
I'm not beat. I'm sorry, get under. That's the percentile chance. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Because
Yeah.
it's a 55% chance
Percent
to
chance.
climb walls,
Hmm.
and you want to. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's how I always saw it.
That makes a lot of sense. Um, Great. So you shimmy down this chimney, no problem. You come down to the living room. It's pretty empty. From there, you can see the back door where the two of you met up at. You can see the shuttered windows. There's a little bit of a kitchen. There's a common room area, and you see a doorway that leads into what you presume to be the bedroom on the side of the house. Excuse me, on the side of the house that you walked around.
Okay. Can I get to the front door from
Yeah,
here?
very easy.
Awesome. I'll get to that. I assume I can just like uh actually no. Yeah, could I unlock it from the inside?
You need the key. It's one of those
Okay.
key on
Gotcha.
either side sorts of
Darn
things.
it. All right. Um okay, yeah, I probably go up. Oh wait, can I like unbar a window?
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, I want to go up to a window and unbar it, see if I can look around, look for the guy.
Sure. You unbar a window. He sticks his head in right away. Goes, great. Climbs in the window. Thanks a
Yep.
million, man. I'm really glad you found that or managed to get in here. It's just here in my bedroom. Give me just one moment, please. Just one moment.
No
And
problem at
he
all. Of
slips
course.
off into the bedroom, shuts the door behind him, and then you hear some rumbling around, followed by some. But you can hear him cursing loudly, like, "Where did I put this? God damn it! Where is it in this box? No, it's not in this box." And there's a lot of
Hmm.
commotion.
I'd
Eventually,
like to
he
stay
comes
the
back out,
window.
going, "You
Yeah.
know what? I feel like such an idiot. My spare string is in the wagon back at Shenanigans. I am so sorry. Here, don't worry. I'll pay for the cleaning your clothes. How much is that going to be? Like a gold?" He pulls out a gold from his pocket and just hands it to you. Thanks,
Awesome.
man. Let's head back. I gotta play again. And he slips out the window.
Yeah, I'll slip out behind him.
Um,
Yeah, I'll say no problem at all.
the two of you
Coming.
start heading back towards Shenanigans
Yeah.
when a town guard walks up to you guys. You can
Hmm.
tell because he's got leather armor on with the emblem of the house that runs the town. He's got a spear in one hand, a short sword at his side, a shield over his arm, and he goes, "Hey, you!" and points at you, not threateningly, but like pointing at you with his spear, and goes, "The hell were you doing up on that roof? Why are you covered in soot?"
Um, I was trying to help this man get into his home.
That goes, "I what? Dude, I've never seen this guy in my life. He just started walking up to me and talking to me. I have no idea what he's talking about." And the guard looks to you and goes, "Oh, really now, huh? Why don't you just put your hands up in the air where I can see them? And why don't we take a walk back over to the constable station?" The other guy's like, can I go? I'm playing down at Shenanigans." The guard waves him off.
I'm gonna, yeah. As the guard's about to wave him off and say, "God, please, if you would be so kind, would would you allow this man to come with us? It would be very pertinent of you. I promise. Nothing I say is a lie. I swear it to you."
Uh, the guard looks to the other guy, says, "Sure, you too. Why don't you come with us?" And he protests, saying, "No, no, 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 no. Look, he just came up to me and talked to me. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting caught up in something. Really, I'm going to go on stage. Desmond's going to be upset if I don't make it back." And the guard goes, "Well, Desmond can wait. Desmond's a fan of the law here. He doesn't want anything suspicious going on. You wouldn't be trying to sully his name to get out of something, would you?" And the guy's like, "Okay, all right, fine." Um, you still have your cap and cloak up on the roof, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Oh wait. Oh darn. Oh, I didn't say went and got them, but nah.
okay.
I probably I didn't remember, but I might have tried to reclimb back up and get them if
Well,
you'd allow that. But yeah,
well, we're here where we are now.
we're here. Yep,
Okay.
if they're up there,
He
the evidence is
walks
there.
with you back towards what you presume to be the constable station.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, the guard walking behind the two of you, the other guy making these like big rolling heads and loud sighs and oh god, what's the band gonna do without me? Sorts of noises. Uh, Eventually, the three of you arrive back. There's another soldier there. Got like a large belly. His armor seems to be maybe a little bit rusted, like it hasn't seen a lot of use, or at least not a lot of cleaning. He's got his boots up on the table. His boots are really clean.
Okay.
Uh, and he kind of just gives you guys a look and doesn't pay much attention. The guard gets you guys in this room with this other person who looks like he's probably the officer in charge, but maybe like a little bit lazy and doesn't really do his job. And says, "All right, now both of you guys, empty your pockets. Let's see what you've got."
Yeah, I empty my I probably got my loot like strung over my shoulder, so I put that on down, put my dagger on the table, put my pouches down. Actually, only got one pouch. Yeah, put my pouch down. That's all I'd be carrying.
Okay. The other guy starts shuffling around, like pulling out things, showing to the guy and putting them back in his pockets, and opening this pouch, dumping it out, showing the guy, putting it back in his pouch, and moving things around. He's got a lot of gear on him.
Mhm.
But it doesn't appear like he actually has any money. He's just got like, the things that a person has. Here's some flint and steel. Here's a dagger. Here's like an oilcloth and a little flask of oil for cleaning my stuff. I play the accordion. Here's my tuning fork. Here's the things that I use to do this and that. My accordion's back at the bar. You can go ask anyone there. And so the soldier kind of looks at the two of you and goes, "Well, you there? Where'd you get that gold coin? That's an awful lot for a singer to have."
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, I've got 5 gold coins in that pouch, probably.
Where'd you get those gold coins? That's an awful lot for a singer to have on him.
Sir, well, you see, I've been getting rather lucky in the gambling circles at the other taverns, and, well, I've also been doing some performances as well. That is my explanation for it. I will allow you to confiscate it if it makes you happy. I have no use for it, to be honest. But it feeds me and keeps me under a roof, so it'd be nice if I could keep it.
The soldier looks over at the other guard, whose boots are still up. His head's back. You think his eyes might be closed? Maybe. I mean, the angle's awkward. Is he asleep? You're not sure. So the soldier looks back to you and goes, "I think we'd better confiscate this as evidence. If it turns out everything's fine, I'll bring it back to you." And he takes your 5 gold pieces and shuffles you on your way.
Okay. What about? Is the other guy still sitting down?
No, he just lets you both go.
Okay. When the guy was like pulling out his pockets or anything, did I notice him perhaps try to conceal anything at all?
You didn't catch anything. No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave with the guy.
Okay. The two of you exit and start heading back. And he looks over his shoulder as you get, like a block away. He nods to you with like a nod of approval and says, "That was smooth. I haven't seen someone bribe a guard like that ever. That was great."
The guy's so ignorant. Oh, of course. I'm a natural at this. Obviously.
Oh, welcome to the club. Sorry I had to duck you like that. Didn't want to get myself into too much trouble. Here. And he digs into a pocket and pulls out 10 gold coins. Says, "Here's your half."
Well, sir, you are quite masterful yourself, I must say. Very nice performance.
Yeah. He shakes your hand and says, "Sorry about that. I don't actually have a lute string. None of us play the lute."
Oh, no, that's fine. I believe this will make do. I shake the pouch.
Excellent.
Yep.
The two of you guys head back towards Shenanigans. He meets up with the rest of the band. And they go back on stage. You're standing there in the doorway, covered in soot, head to toe. Your face is dirty. Your clothes are really dirty.
Oh, I would retrieve my my cloak and cap at this point.
Sure, you can go back and get
Yeah,
it. No checks needed.
awesome.
What do you
Um,
what do you do now that you are covered in dirt and soot and everything?
do I do? Guy's trying to think how he can turn this other guy in because he does not want this money. Um, this is bad money. Actually, no, yeah, I'll think of something. Yeah, I've got my stuff. I'll go back to the bar.
Okay.
Oh, actually, is there a place that cleans clothing?
Yeah, there's a couple of washerwomen that will clean your clothing for a copper, or a copper a piece of clothing or whatever. Unfortunately, they it's late. They're not washing anymore.
Hmm. Okay, that's fine. Actually, heck, I'll actually wait outside of that house that was locked.
Okay. A few hours
Um,
pass, and eventually,
oh, I won't. Sorry, I'll put on my armor and get my short sword and
okay.
like not wear the short sword, but I will put on the armor just in case.
Okay.
Rather than die.
When you walk into Shenanigans, the
Mhm.
innkeeper, bartender, Desmond, yells, "Hey, what? Don't you track in that dirt? I just had so and so mop the floors today. What are you doing?"
I'm sorry. I'll. It's too late for the cleaners. It's fine. Oh yeah, I'll just like take another. I'll just probably after taking a step in and he shouts at me, I'll just walk back out. I don't want to trail crap. Um.
How do you
Yeah,
get your
I'll
gear?
wait outside. Huh?
How do you get your gear? Or do you forget it?
Does my room have a window?
It is. It's on the second floor.
Oh, fabulous. Um, is that window in like plain view of the main road?
Hmm. It is not. It is barely not. It's like the corner room. So one window is facing the main road and the other window is facing an alleyway.
Okay. God, I look so much like a thief. Okay. Um. Yeah. I take a look around, see if anyone's looking.
It looks pretty
Okay.
clear.
Okay. Yeah, I go ahead and climb the wall, try to get into my room.
Give me another climbing
My
check.
room.
No modifiers.
This is going to be fun on the way out. This is actually going to be fun right now. Yeah, I'll just roll a d100. No.
You get part way up the wall and it just, damn it, it's not working. It's like they did. Oh, you just can't climb up there. It's frustrating.
All right. Yeah. I'll just hope for the. I'll just kind of play my lute in the street, sort of solemnly, as I walk back to the house with a locked door.
Okay. You wait there a couple of hours.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, a man comes by, stumbling drunk, kind of reeling with alcohol.
Mhm.
He sees you. Are you playing your lute? Are you just standing by his house?
I'm probably playing like a very slow, sort of solemn tune, just like right out, like on a barrel or something
Hmm.
close to his house, just watching to see who comes.
Okay. He stumbles down the alleyway, not even paying attention to you.
Hmm.
Bumbles up to the front door and starts fumbling in his pockets for a key. Uh,
Um,
Produces a
okay,
key.
I'll like walk up to him, stop playing my lute for a moment.
Huh? Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm I'm not here to mug you or anything, sir. Quite the contrary. Um, the name of the guy who basically robbed the house with me. His name is Desmond. Yes, I think he said.
Whatever you remember.
Yeah, Desmond. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Um, yeah, no, if I can't remember his name exactly, then yeah, I'll tell him. I was caught in a bit of bad business today, and well, this maybe this will make up for it. I'll hand him the pouch of 10 gold.
He takes it and goes, What is this? He starts shaking out and his eyes go wide. He quickly tucks it and goes, What do you need?
Um, oh, nothing at all, sir. Just just be safe and happy.
I
I
don't
don't know.
get it. What are you trying to get me to do?
Have a good night, and I'll walk away.
Are you just giving me the money?
Say nothing.
Mister! Mister! Ah, shucks. He doesn't know. He grumbles and goes into his house, slams the door behind him, and you disappear into the streets. And I think
Yeah.
that just about concludes our quick and dirty role playing session.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was fun. Yeah.
All right. What was? How do you pronounce this character's name? Alien?
Aelin.
Aelin.
Mm-hmm.
Aelin. Nice. Well done. So, that was our first hardcore hero edition, and it went extraordinarily well. I'm pretty pleased with
Glad to hear
this. Well done. Well done.
Oh, this is the first.
This is the first. You are the very first person.
Okay.
You
I
have
didn't
set the bar for everybody else.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Well, yeah. Who knows? Anyway, congratulations. Thank you for applying. It's going to probably take the rest of the month to get all the other applications done and sorted out. So I'll send you all an email when the time comes. You can feel free to watch other people, give them good advice, give them bad advice in chat, whatever you'd like. And I guess before we sign off for the night, is there anything you would like to say? You do some YouTube streaming or YouTube videos, right?
Yeah, I also stream infrequently. You want me to like post a link in the chat, or do you not allow
Sure. Or you
links?
can say it aloud. This VOD will go up on YouTube as well.
Okay, yeah. If you guys just search my name in YouTube, Teripper, I should be the first thing that comes up. I make gaming content, mostly like medieval related games. I mostly do chivalry, medieval warfare. For those of you that are familiar with it, Little Mountain Blade. Playthroughs here and there, just random stuff. And yeah, I'd love to have you guys. It'd be awesome.
Cool. Well, we hope to see you around some more, and maybe we'll see you on Hardcore Heroes. Take care, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.